Tonight, what do you do when the rules really don't apply? Hi there, my name's Paul Zajac.
And I'm Kivvy.
Welcome to DnDSPN. This is a channel where we smash together Dungeons & Dragons and sports commentary.
Kind of. Powered by the jump spell, the party druid pulls something unexpected out of his backpack mid-leap. Let's take a look.
I'm going to jump at Cloud Giant Ghost B, and as I'm doing so, pulling out of my backpack my immovable rod, and I'm going to try and thrust it into the eye socket of the giant and just kind of prevent its movement. Before I let you talk about it, I wanted like that move, the immovable rod, to freeze something in place is like, not an original move. I first saw it. I'm a big fan of the Dungeon Dudes, and there was a couple times they did it, but the first time I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I tried to replicate the amazing move. There's a punchline to it, which I'll get to the end. But, there's not a good rule set in D&D to do this. And I talked to some people online about, like, how would you adjudicate this? And it was really interesting. I got a lot of different answers. I'll get to those after you give me your thoughts.
First of all, I have to give my love letter to the immovable rod. Love. When my dungeon master says you can have one uncommon magic item, I say immovable rod. When my dungeon master says I can have 2 uncommon items, I want 2 immovable rods. I love this item as a player.
Yeah.
But as a dungeon master, I still love it, but there's a big ol' asterisk at the end of my love letter. The first time a DM lets the immovable rod do something wacky, that sets player expectations forever. The immovable rod becomes the unofficial extra party member. It goes everywhere. It does everything. It is the first thing they try. It is the most logical solution to everything. You laugh because yes, it is. This is a targeted attack, so I probably would have put a few things in place for the player to try to make this work. Because what they're doing is, I love it, I want to support it, but I'm going to make them work for it. So when Epillard went for the attack, it's probably one of those things I would have had to ask them. I would have put some hoops in place. And I kind of love how this resolves, and I know you're going to talk about that at the end, but I like when players use items in ways that you don't fully expect. And I love to support them in doing that. But when it comes to things like combat, I might make it harder. Okay, yeah, you want to try to pin him in place? I'm going to need a little bit more precision. An acrobatics check on top of that jump to make sure you hit it just right. Or a medicine check if you're trying to get it in the eyeball to make sure that you're getting that angle just right. Something. Get creative. Make it a little harder for him.
Yeah, so the thoughts I got were either some sort of skill check or an automatic success with a consequence. And so, someone said, and I think I would probably do this is like, treat it as grapple. And so to get it in place, you got to make that success. And a couple of the people said, just make it an automatic success, but then there's like consequences to it. Like, so this is a skeletal giant head. Have the like the immovable rod separate the head from the rest of the body. The body keeps on moving. And then somebody else said like, oh, if the body keeps on moving, it gets less and less. It gets more and more minuses as far, as when the body gets further away from the head because it can't see. And I really like that creativity. Of course, the punchline to this is that, like, what I didn't realize, I was working off of like the picture of this eye socket. So I'm going to put the immovable rod in the eye socket. They were ghosts, and they just moved through the immovable rod. Yeah, that was it. So, I mean, that's another good way to like, handle the immovable rod. Just like come up with some DM excuse about why it doesn't work.
If you've got an immovable rod shenanigans story, please share it in the comments. I'm really excited to see it.
Right. I want to hear more. It's really fun. Lots of stuff that you can do with it, but I would like to hear stories. Okay. That's it for this one. If you want to see the full adventure, you can check it out on our second channel, DnDSPN 2, The Deuce, link down below. And if you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe. It helps us out. All right. Thanks, everyone.